Okay, let's dive into the app. So I'm now going to show you the 3 Clubbie Plus features that are going to make a huge impact on your team. Let's start with advanced statistics. So once you start entering your results into the Clubbie app, we'll then begin to automatically generate all of these different graphs and insights based on your performance. You can use the time frame filter to filter the stats from any time period you want. So it could be from the season so far, it could be the last 12 months, last 3 months. And once you've done that, you can then dive into the stats from that time period. So it starts with a win percentage, so you can view all of the games you've won, lost and drawn and see the breakdown of those. You'll then be able to see your top performing players, so most appearances, most goals and most assists. And you can tap on each of those stats to get a full breakdown of your whole squad and how many of those stats each of your players have got. Then after that, you can dive into some more in-depth things. So we've got goals per game, and you can view that home versus away. We've also got the last 5 games, so you can view your recent performance. We've got things like clean sheets and all sorts on there. And once you're finished sort of reviewing your own team stats, you can then compare yourselves against other teams on the platform. So this is great if your opponent at the weekend is on Clubbie and you can view your stats versus theirs and see how you rack up against them. So this is what it looks like. You choose the team you want to compare against, and then you see the full breakdown of all of your stats versus their stats. So again, it's the same sort of things like how many goals you've scored, win percentage, who's their top goal scorer, who's got the most assists for them, what's their average goal per game compared to yours. And it's a great way to sort of get those extra insights before you play them at the weekend. Next, we've not just got team stats on Clubbie, we've also got player stats too. So what you can do here is you can head into any player, go to their profile on Clubbie and open their statistics page. And again, you'll be able to see their win percentage, how many goals they've got, how many assists, yellow cards, red cards. You'll also be able to see how many player of the match awards they've got and what their win percentage is too. And then finally, you'll see a full breakdown of their top positions that they've played. So if they played 4 positions, it will tell you what percentage of games they've played at striker, what percentage centre mid, for example. And yeah, you can basically just dive into any player you want to get the full stats for them. And finally, just like you can compare teams on Clubbie, you can also compare players too. So you can do this for like 2 players from your own team if you want to compare 2 strikers against each other, or you can compare a player from your team against one of your opposition teams, one of your opposition players too, and you can get all the stats breakdown for those too. Right, so now our second Clubbie Plus feature is our fully customizable lineup builder. So to create a lineup on Clubbie, all you need to do is head to any event, any matchday event, and tap into it and then tap the lineup button. So once you're there, we've got a load of preset lineups which you can choose from, and a few different options for players per team. So it could be 5-a-side, 6-a-side, 7-a-side, 9-a-side, or 11-a-side. And then if the formation that you want to use isn't already on Clubbie, you can simply tap and hold and drag any position to build your very own formation. So once you're happy with the formation, you can give it a name and you can save it to your team so that you can use it in all your future matches. So once you've chosen your formation that you want to use for the match, you then tap on each position and allocate a player to the position. So it's super easy, it's really quick to do. And when you're selecting the players, you can also see who's selected available and who's selected not available and who hasn't responded yet. So you'll be able to see the availability of all your players as you're selecting them. So once you've completed your lineup, you can then choose a captain by tapping on a player and making them captain. You can also add your substitutes. So you'll be left with all the players that you haven't selected for your starting lineup, and you can add all of them, or you can add a select few of them as substitutes. And then you can also, like once you've got all your players on there, you can switch between different formations, choose whichever one you want. And the last option you have is to swipe admins only or leave it unswiped. And basically what that means, if you swipe admins only, it means that only your team admins are able to view that lineup for the match. But if you leave it unchecked, all your team members will be able to see the lineup. So once you've created the lineup, everyone can simply just go to the event, tap on the event in the team hub, and they'll be able to see that lineup there. Last but not least, we've got Matchday Graphics. Now this is one of our latest features, and it's something we're really proud of because I really think it's very unique to Clubbie, and you're not going to find anything like this anywhere else. So this is how it works in the app. So first you find the event that you want to create the graphic for. It can be an event that's upcoming, or it can be a previous event. And then you'll then be able to view all the templates that we've got. So some have images which you can insert as the background, some don't have images. You've got options for if you've got the club crest of the opposition team, because sometimes you will have their club crest, sometimes you won't. So we've got all the different options there that you can choose from. So I'm going to show you a lineups one now. So when you tap on a lineups graphic, your lineup for that game will then immediately appear. You can then add squad numbers to all the players if you want to. That's optional. You can do it, or you can leave it if you don't want to. Once you've added all the squad numbers, you basically just choose the color that you want the graphic to be. So we've got a load of different options that you can choose the template color. You can also edit the team names. So if the team name is too long or it doesn't look how you want it to look, you can just edit that really easily. And once everything's there, you simply just tap create, and there we go. The graphics automatically created for you, which you can then save to your camera roll or share it directly on social media, on your stories or anything like that. Super easy to share. The second graphic I'm going to show you is an image-based one, so one where you can insert an image as the background. So again, you just choose any game you want. I'm going to do a previous game this time. So this is a game that our team lost, unfortunately, 3-2. So you choose the graphic with an image. I'm also going to choose one with the home crest and the away crest this time too, because I have both of those. You then choose the template color and you upload your image. So upload whatever image you want. Ideally, if you've got like a good one that you've taken from a match day, those work great here. Again, you can edit the team name so it looks however you want it to look. And then you tap create, and just like that, the graphic is made. It looks really smart, really professional. Again, you can save it or share it on social media directly from the Clubbie app. So as you can see, the Clubbie app doesn't just save you time and take care of all of that admin to do with running your team. It also creates a really engaging space for all your team members and can give you the competitive edge with our stats features, and also give you a really professional feel with things like the lineups and the Matchday Graphics features too. And the best part is you can try it now for 30 days absolutely free. After that, you'll also be able to get 50% off the annual plan for Clubbie Plus.